So, hello everyone, here goes time for another new anime here, Sabikui Bisco, which is some kind of dystopian Japanese light novel thing, right? Which I think is a bit interesting, might be a dark horse here, who talks about the anime. I said it before I watched again, I still have the actual coof, right? I got the, clearly, it's very annoying, my throat is it's very painful in my throat, and, you know, it's just, you know, people understand it, right? So yesterday, great day yesterday at Demon Slayer, of course, like a Titan was back, also had Bulletin, One Piece opening, so it was a great day, right? And, but I have to say it here, right? It was, I felt a little negative dance story, because I felt that, you know, like I didn't hate my own stream or whatever, but obviously I felt that, damn it, you know, I did not bring my A game, because it's so much painful to talk about, so I couldn't really, you know, give you like my... Yeah, like my reactions all felt a little bit lackluster in my own opinion, right? Because, for example, I can't like talk that loud, right? Because then I hurt my throat, so I was like, and so on. I can't laugh that loud, whatever. Yeah. So it's still here, but it is slightly better today. And I say one thing here: don't take medicine advice from me here. It's obviously only for entertaining. No, my mother does work with this stuff, but and I have read a lot about so on. But anyway, I don't think I'm dying. Again then, don't take my advice, but this is kind of how it works though, I mean, I'm pretty sure that and that is that I have acute bronchitis, right? So that's the effect, which is a very classic effect from but the good stuff though, is that I still have no issue breathing, right? So, while it's very painful in my throat, and it's painful here in kind of the beginning of the lungs, right? When I'm not coughing right now, I have no issue actually breathing, right? I don't breathing issues at all. So, it hasn't affected, you know, deeper down into my lungs, right? So I don't have pneumonia, because that is much more deeper down, right? It's only in the bronchitis, it's in the beginning, right? It's the edge of the lungs. So that's one reason why I, hopefully, I say, but very unlikely will die, right? Because it's just it's just affecting my, how I say it, kind of the edge of the lung with the body, right? And I have this now for like almost 10 days now, right? Kind of getting in through that phase where you're starting to get better, notes to be better, hopefully, so this weekend. And if I don't, then I'm gonna be in trouble though. So I will say it here, but yeah, because now I'm getting into that edge where I should probably get fine soon, right? But honestly, otherwise I probably would have so much more pain in my lungs. I'll probably otherwise if I didn't subside, because I have less pain today than yesterday. So if it went the other direction, I probably would have immense pain probably in my lungs now, otherwise if it went the wrong direction. So I'm still probably fine. One thing I would say last time, which is really strange, I felt yesterday too, that's kind of scary though, and it's I feel like I have less of a feeling in my fingers, and like touch something. So I can say feel, you know, it's like kind of, it's like, you know, I can feel the table, right? I can feel this bottle or whatever. It's not like I don't feel it, but it does feel a little bit like if I grab something, I'm obviously holding something, I can feel I'm holding it, but it doesn't feel like I'm, like, almost a little bit like my finer details are, something is wrong with my body. I mean, it's like a weird feeling, it's like, you know, if your hand falls asleep, right? It's a little bit like that, but not 100% asleep, but like maybe 5% something. Like I have a little bit of a harder time to feel what I'm holding in my hand, like the actual texture or something. It's really weird, so that might be a side effect of probably having it's probably a side effect of my blood traveling slower, right? Probably that would be my guess. But anyway, that was the anime. So 3, 2, 1 and go. But honestly, it's a really good feeling, because it feels like, yeah, I can feel my beard and my fingers away. I can feel it, but it feels, it's slightly less in my fingers. It's so strange. But anyway, so now I guess Tokyo blew up something. I guess someone... This is probably the backstory, how they like... Yeah, like they're blowing up Japan, right? Something like that. That's the dystopian... Here we go, yeah, like dystopian desert, right? You know, it's like needless one. Yeah, so yeah, someone blew up Japan, right? Someone probably nuked Japan. It's like this classic Japanese premise. Someone nuked us. Yeah, ground zero. It's a desert punk, also has the same backstory, I believe. It looks like desert punk, I will tell you guys. Old anime, but you know, basically a punk in a desert. So, but it's also of course dystopian future blow up place, right? I guess skipping the opening because it's all credits now. Now it's a hippo though. That feels questionable in Japan, even if it blew up Japan. But maybe it's like a zoo, right? Maybe some animals got loose, right, from the nukes, and then they survived that and so on. But here we go. It really is a desert punk, honestly. Like it feels very desert punk to me here in the beginning. But I guess you can't do that much stuff with the clothing on. That's the main character, I believe. Which I guess that is Bisco, yeah. Akabushi. So the Red Warrior. Yeah, eats people. It's probably him, right, with bandages. But I guess there's like some kind of cops or custom aids or something. Gunma, yeah. Well, they probably have similar names, like probably Tokyo or so on. Still probably doesn't exist, but the location system. So I guess the places are probably named the same thing, right? This is like Tokyo Desert or whatever, probably. So yeah, it looks like Japan is a desert now. Very much so. But, well, I guess there might be other places though that aren't. They might have forest or whatever, right? The whole country has to be a desert. It would be kind of hard to survive. The whole country to be the desert. This is the future then? Because now it's a high-tech place. Well, maybe it only blew up. Maybe it's like in Akudama Drive, where they had basically spoilers, but not a big spoiler like Akudama Drive really. It's like half the country. Well, actually, like Akudama Drive not really explained, right? Because it feels like the rest of the planet is exploded. I don't know, or whatever. But you know, half the planet is exploded. I don't know. It's like Akudama Drive. When I think about it, it's never explained. But maybe they also blew up other countries. Or something. It's really not explained Akudama Drive. But it's something like hinted to that the rest of the planet is destroyed, right? And only Japan exists actually. Something like that. I don't know. Spoilers, but I don't know. It's not to explain it anyway. Maybe. I mean, this is my own theory, honestly. Because there's no water, I think. Yeah, there's something like that like on my drive. They don't explain it either, but it's basically like no ocean anymore or something. So something like that. So I'm guessing at least all the cats are destroyed in the Akudama Drive. But again, this is my theory, because there's no water. Anyway, here we go. Some freaking girls. Yeah, some pleasure ladies. Yeah, Tokyo's wiped out. So maybe West Japan assistance. You know, you have the... Maybe it's Osaka or something. Oh. Obviously a classic, you know, mama. Yeah, old lady, you know, running the place. I like the ass that you see there. Behind her, yeah, I see the gyro ass there. Well, maybe the old lady... Depends on what year it was, right? But maybe the old lady actually... Maybe she's old enough to remember the days before it. It depends on how many years it's been. It's unclear here. But now it's some kind of etchy scene here. So, Oh, okay, it's like a doctor or something. Okay, of course. That was just a spoof, I guess. Yeah, it looked like it was like, you know, some... Yeah, but no, he was just giving her some medicine or whatever. Yeah. So... Bishonen doctor guy. Ooh. Maybe this is some disease to get future. Yeah, I got some rust disease. That's probably what they're... Yeah, the dad got it too. Yeah, the rusting. Yeah, they mentioned earlier, so some people, I was thinking that's what they mean. Was the rusting? Yeah, I can't cure it. So I guess people get rusted maybe from the rain or something. Yeah, it was a panda. Well, maybe they get the rust because of the weather. Be my guess then. But he's like, don't go outside too much, right? Yeah, so maybe the rain makes him rust something. Like acid rain or something. Maybe. Yeah, it looks very desert punk. Same mask and so on. And the hat. And that Japanese bushy, the big sun hat thing. Very desert punk. Maybe it's in the same universe. I don't know. I don't remember who wrote Desert Punk now. So, I've seen the anime, but that was years ago. I see this punk basically when it aired, so I don't remember who wrote it now. It was like 10 years ago. So that. The mushrooms bet the rust? I guess it's probably a lie though. It sounded kind of weird. The mushrooms bet the rust. Well, maybe people get affected by mushrooms, but Okay, so he gets a free peek on the cuties, I guess. That's a nice. Ah, but he's a sister one. Okay, he's a sister one. Okay. Oh, she's like typical youth answer, man. Go for the Emoto instead. Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah. You know, smash any girl. He's like, I got my sister smash. Come on. I can't be the only one being like. The doctor is like, don't worry, I got my sister to care of that stuff. It sounds little, yeah, a little weird. I'm thinking about it, but anyway, so only my gutter trash brain, you know. Yeah. Okay, so I guess they eat a lot of alligators. It's okay. Popular. The question is if he has a babe sister or if it's a tiny little, you know, kawaii moto. Yeah, I kind of hope that she's even, you know, more up-eyed than other girls. But I think she's gonna be a tiny little one. Okay, something secret now. Ooh, we got some mushrooms. So mushrooms probably doesn't give you rust, right? So the doctor is like, this is the real medicine. So. I think the mushrooms are probably not that dangerous. Men bedriver ju powers. Ja, det är med då. Yeah, popular sensei. Okay, mushroom. What does that mean? They throw out. It's probably sister, of course. She's probably dying, right? Yeah. She got the rust, right? His sister is probably a babe that is dying. Yeah, they got the same hair and so on. Got the panda look. Panda girl. Yes. Yeah, she got a lot of rust. He was right though. This was hot though. Yeah, he was like, nah, I don't need this. I don't need this guy. He's like, my sister told me. Yeah. But yeah, there's something with the mushrooms, right? to heal the rust probably. Kurokawa. Yeah, so his goal is of course to cure the rust, save his sister, classic, you know, anime character, right? You know, dying sister, right? Gotta cure her issues. Yeah, pretty. But the main character is this business guy, right? Yeah. Which is probably, of course, this person. He has a bow on him, though. He's like, this guy is a famous guy with archery. Standing with a green bow, like, oh yeah, he's a good yeah, okay, yeah, like it's obviously him, man. He's trying. You're explaining about his legendary bow, and he has a huge green bow on his back, right? I also do read that he has a green bow there now on the image there, so it's obviously him. But yeah. Mushrooms, probably. Okay, now though, it's dead people. What? What is the face of the... It's like an octopus, what? Okay, now the anime went very anime. Oh, what? Is that a game or something? Is it the same anime anymore? What's happening? And then it's like, what's happening? What was ending? What's happened? What? What happened? Suddenly an airplane appeared with like some kind of octopus or something in front of it, and then it shot like a crab. Okay, here we go. And okay, the mushrooms are kind of like in Dorohedoro, yeah, okay. It's like mushroom infection in Detroit, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's like super quick mushroom growths. But what happened with the... Yeah, it was like, what? It was like an octopus or something, or a squid, I don't know, in the face of maybe a mucul or something. Man-eating mushroom. Yeah, famous bad boy. They're always gonna be best friends. I mean, obviously, yeah. Panda and the main character, they're obviously best bros, right? Yeah, looks super suspicious. Oh, takes his food. Yeah, so the kid robs him. This kid is also probably gonna be one of the party members, I feel. Yeah, I think that kid is probably gonna be part of the friendship, probably, honestly. You know? Yeah, he's a pretty boy. So the head man away. Way too nice, his doctor. Oh yeah, the categorizes the stinger. Oh, it's like a really powerful poison. You get blind. Okay, sure, why not? Some kind of future evil insects. Yeah. That kid will definitely turn later. Certainly. That kid is certainly friendship now. Can you sue something? Oh, this is like my man TSUDA, baby! Oh my god! Best voice actor, it definitely is TSUDA, come on. Look at this evil guy, it has to be TSUDA. This is all step around. Come on, it's TSUDA. I'm pretty sure on it. You can't miss out this voice. It's almost like, you know, this like, I got this grainy, you know, smoker voice. Yeah, come on, it's immediately sounds like TSUDA, and he's always playing bad guys. Come on, he's like 9 out of 10 times a bad guy, right? Yeah, oh, little doctor, come on. I can't do it now, my voice, but yeah, come on. This sounds a lot like TSUDA. Yeah, I was like, immediately, I was like, yep, it's the evil smoker voice guy. Oh, is that Myrmonden? Oh, that's TSUDA, I think, yeah. Oh, of course. It's still his best character with Ogata, right? Yeah. He's really good overhaul too, of course, Macadamia and so on. Iconic character to play, definitely. But I think Ogata is his best character still, though, right? It's just... But it's Ogata, the writing with Ogata, which is so good, right? It's one of the best psychopaths ever in anime. It's a very written character. And I mean best, as I call it, in writing, right? Of course. He's good as God too in Fumetsu, yeah. He's a good God voice, definitely, also. But I just laughing at him, he's so evil. Even children will die on these streets. It's like, it's just so him immediately being like, oh hey doctor, I'm gonna kill your sister. Yeah, like... Well, here we go though. Clearly he comes to... He's lying then, like why would it be? Well, it might be dead bodies, but... Yeah, this has really... A lot of lies. Oh, it's like centipedes because of bodies, yeah. Okay. I felt they were really stupid for his accepting his lies. He's like, oh, it's a lot of bugs and centipedes and dead bodies. Don't you trust me? This huge, obvious, suspicious thing here? You just have to check, guys, because I'm telling you, it's disgusting. And they're like, okay, it's disgusting. Yeah, I felt they were very, very easily accepted his lies here. So he's finally like, wait, do you have a bow? Like that legendary bad guy? Wait, what do you have, Praetos? Yeah, it's finally like, oh, you have this bow in your back, as we talked about earlier. But here we go, anime. Okay, bunny suits, guys. Well, there he is, of course, yeah. So he attacks people with, yeah, with mushrooms, I guess, yeah. Sure. He chants mushrooms against, like, rocket propeller helicopters. What's happening? Yeah. The mushroom keeper. So he attacks it with mushrooms. Maybe it's it. Maybe we do rust from the spores. It's probably a lie, of course, but yeah, maybe. I love that the bad guys have these bunny suits on them, whatever it is. Mascot suits. Yeah, it's kawaii, man. I mean, they're almost gonna be best friends. Look at them. Red and blue Uni, you know. They're gonna be best friends, of course. Oh, of course. Using the mushroom as a propeller to, you know, launch itself. So mushroom grows really quickly in the future. Yeah, well, he can destroy a city easily by himself though with that, so... Oh, now we see the sister. Her whole body is like rust there. But she's obviously a badass. Oh, with up eyes. Oh yeah, of course the sister's a badass. Of course she is. Of course. Oh, is she the ultimate fighter to have? Of course, his sister is some badass warrior lady. There we go. With some... She fight with like an iron pipe or something? Sabo style? I don't know, yeah, it's just like... It's like a sword, like an iron... yeah, tensug kind of... She's probably a government agent, right? She's a kind of assassin for the government, something. Or an enforcer or something. The sister is like a badass assassin probably. Oh yeah. In the oppa is nice. See, this he doesn't need to get a gyro home. He was like, no, look at my huge oppa sister. So. Well, most likely the sister's gonna also team up with him in the end, right? There's something called like a cute pink girl that does something. I don't know, she's part of the... So how did he follow him? I don't know. He's obviously a very skilled guy. Yeah, it's Bisco! And an old man with him, I guess needs to... Yeah, it's a very interesting anime. Oh, sorry for my voice, but yeah. What can you do, right? Hopefully not die, I guess. I should joke about that. This is maybe the opening. I guess so. In this like half-ass form. Yeah, so the pink gear. Okay, the old man's gonna survive because we see him happy in the opening. Kurokawa, yeah. And then it's a big crab shooting stuff or something. Well, the sister is gonna be a big shadow for him to fight, right? Next episode, I think he's probably gonna fight the sister, most likely. Yeah, there we go. So fighting her in the open there, so. He certainly has to fight his hot Oneshan, obviously. With her, like, I don't know, iron pipe thing going on, something like that. He got the hippos, okay, so the grandpa with hippos in the desert. I mean, sister's kid is gonna fight him, Powell, whatever her name was, and then they're obviously gonna probably team up eventually, right? Here we go, preview. Oh, she got a badass bike, of course. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the sister's like a badass warrior lady. She comes flying in here on her bike, right? Yeah, so they're gonna fight the next episode, right? But she looks really badass. But certainly she's gonna become his girlfriend. Something. She's gonna fall in love with him. Come on, something like that. I mean, I was throwing out immediately. Come on, they're gonna have this like rivalry, right? You know, Oneshan and his new best friend, and then they're gonna probably fall in love or at least team up, right? But yeah, she's a kind of badass warrior lady. Of course she is. Even if she's dying from a rust, right? She's some kind of super badass with drives some kind of cool bike and has a. I guess weird weapon though. The weapon was kind of like yeah, some kind of pipe thing going on there. Something like that. Maybe it is a sword. Maybe see a little more of it in the preview. I don't think so. She comes flying in. You can see it. She has it on the side here. She. And then there's this pink-haired girl that's also probably gonna join them later, right? Yeah, now she's working with the evil TSUDA, but she's probably gonna join him. Yeah, she's like a cute pink-haired girl. She's either a complete psychopath, right? You know, using a side style, or she's a nice girl, right? But yeah, the actual premise of the premise, maybe, but the first scenes we saw in clothing and so on, it certainly looked very desert-binding. Throw it up, I guess, if you haven't seen it. Sunabosu. Yeah. That's how it looks. Kind of classic anime from, I want to say like 2010 or something. If I'm right there. The anime aired, wow, 4. Man, I mean, I know it was old, but I mean, I knew it was like at least 10 years. Well, like I said, I don't remember all, so yeah, it was like, okay, it was more than 15 years ago. I thought it was like at least 10 years, but yeah, Jesus Christ. It ended in 2005. Oh my god. It's been a while since I saw the anime. Written is by Masatoshi Usune. But yeah, Desert Punk. It looked very similar to that, definitely, in the how with the hats and the clothing and like the setting of it is desert and how the building looks on. So, but it's also how much can you do with that, right? It's a little bit like how much can you do with this kind of premise. I'm not saying premise is bad. I'm just saying that you can't do overly much with it, right? Like if you nuke Japan and turn it into a desert, right? It's gonna look like that, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna look. It's the same. I'm already thinking it's similar. It's like Nier, right? You know, if you ever played Nier, Automata, not Replicant, the second game. Yeah, Automata, of course, the famous one. Same thing here, right? You have the desert. You have the desert also for that many Replicant, I suppose. But in Replicant, right, the desert is like that game. It takes place. Oh, I remember when the year is like 10,000 years before something. Whatever. Right? Replicant takes place many years before Automata, right? So in Automata, the desert is bigger, and they also have big, you know, cities and so on, right? So it's like it's covering this skyscraper and so on, right? And you get that, you know, kind of similar to Tokyo in desert kind of thing. Yeah, you get a very similar look, right? So yeah, you can't really go too much else, right? I guess in that kind of thing there. But obviously, it's TSUDA doing Kurikawa. That's very clear. Who's doing Babe Oneshan? I recognize her too, but she's in Slime. Oh, she's nice girl in Horimiya. Yeah, Big Oppa Kuno-chan. And Gobelina and so on. Slime. Haven't done much else, I guess. But I've probably seen her most in Horimiya, probably. The main character Bisco is done by I reckon his name Ryota. Oh my god, Ishigami. Man, I should recognize that, man. It's Ishigami from, of course, Kaguya-sama. Huh. I think it was familiar, but yeah, I didn't really hear Ishigami, but okay. That's probably... I actually did rewatch Kaguya-sama not that long ago. I rewatched it like last month, so that's probably what I heard. But there's no one you can never miss out on, the course, TSUDA. I like, you know, immediately I was like, oh, that's TSUDA for you. Of course, he's like one of my absolute favorite voice actors, right? And he's as always a legendary evil voice actor, right? Of course, we saw him latest as Orsted in in Musashi. So of course, yeah, this is a voice I always recognize. But that being fair, he's a very unique voice, of course. That's the whole thing, right? He has a very grainy, very like, you know, oh well, yeah, I can't do it now because my voice, but you know what I mean. So he is a very unique voice, right? So obviously very easy to recognize him. Arguably the easiest voice actor to recognize, if any, in anime. There are a couple of other ones I think are easy to recognize, honestly, like Husha, Yuri Horie, you know, classic girl next door anime, right? You know, Naru and so on. Her voice I think is even easier to recognize because she has this like super soft, mellow girl voice, right? Like she's just there. To me, she's again, she's the most legendary like girlfriend voice, right, in anime, I think. But something with her voice, it's so familiar. And another voice actor I think is very. It's Mamoru Noto, I think, also. The only Mamoru Noto is he sounds a lot like Saori Aomi. They have a very similar voice, so sometimes I kind of mix them up, I have to admit a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Like Mamoru Noto is like the softest voice ever. That's also one of those like I can kind of honestly the opposite. She's like reverse TSUDA, right? Yeah, TSUDA has the most grainiest smoker voice, right? So he has the voice of like a asphalt or something. Yeah, he has the grainiest, dirtiest voice ever. And then Mamoru Noto has that voice of an angel. Yeah, like her voice is so soft and clean, right? So that's always as well. But anyway, I could like talking about voice actors that I recognize immediately. I like the episode. Yeah, the episode was pretty good. I think it was a little slow though for the first episode. I'm interested. I mean, it definitely exploded, right? Mushrooms, so to speak, in the last minutes, and then it got way more interesting from an actual standpoint. But it wasn't bad. I don't think the first bit was bad, but it certainly was a little, I would say, a little slow pace, right, in the beginning. But it wasn't like terrible. It was just building up the world, you know, explaining to us that they have this rust that are clearly killing people, right? Clearly the main, well, I guess the main character is Akaboshi more, but the other main character, Panda, right? I mean, it's clearly like a double. It's kind of, you know, friendship party, right? It's obviously to me that theorizing, of course, I'm anime only, I'm very novel, right? But I would guess that, of course, Akabushi and Panda, Dr. Panda, are gonna team up, right? They're gonna be best friends. Obviously, Pawa, the sister, the Onishan babe, she's obviously gonna join in too, right? Those three are clearly gonna be important members. Sure, the sister in the beginning now is gonna fight them because she's like some kind of super cop, right? But obviously, she's eventually gonna join her brother, right, in the like hero team, right? So certainly, I feel it's like a no-brainer, right? Because she's dying also from the rust, right? So eventually, she probably has to help her brother, right, to not die herself, right? But she's probably like order versus emotion, right? She's probably a more, yeah. I think it's pretty clear what her thing is gonna be, right? That even if she knows that the brother is right in the end, right? She's not gonna want to help him first because she's like, I'm a cop and then I'm a sister, right? That's probably her thing, right? Or an agent or whatever. She's like some super, cop or whatever. Yeah. So she's probably gonna have to struggle with her desire to follow the law, right, versus helping her brother, right? That's probably it. But however, the issue with her is gonna be that it's also herself, right? Her brother is probably gonna break the law to save her, right? So yeah, she's gonna kind of come around eventually. But certainly it exploded a lot more in the end, and there was really weird scene, right? I guess it happened before they got there with the grandpa guy. There's also probably in the party, right? Some kind of old man that we saw was injured. So he went. Before that, we saw this like, what is this thing? They're like flying. I mean, sure, okay, they have airplanes. I'm not saying that's not a surprise in the future, but like, what is this thing on? Like, what is the thing on the airplane? Like, what is it? Yeah, I think my voice is terrible because here I want to scream, guys. But like, what is this shit? It's like it doesn't make any goddamn sense. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, okay, it's an airplane. Okay, fine. And then in front of the airplane, it's like, I don't know, like some kind of bug or something, or maybe like an aquatic animal or something stuck in front of the airplane, and that does something. Maybe there's a rust or something. I don't know. It just seems completely crazy. It's like, okay, it's an airplane with like stuff on it or something. Yeah, it's like, what is this? It's like an octopus. I was thinking first. It looks more like a snail, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's like a huge snail, like a gigantic snail or something. But why is the snail also massive? And that is a massive crab coming, but that seems less weird actually. This is really weird. So yeah, they're probably gonna explain that we have airplanes with like snails on them because then we can fly in the rust belt or something. So the world building is interesting. Okay, so that thing flies by, right? And then there's like missiles against a crab. Yeah, I think he hits the missile with an arrow, with a mushroom arrow, right? And I mean, I'm guessing him and Grandpa are using the crab as a mount, right? Yeah, the crab is probably like their ride, right? It's like their, so maybe it's a cyborg crab or something, or maybe it's just a crab, right? And they're like riding this like gigantic crab or something. I guess, and the evil government has snail cyborg airplanes or something. So okay, I mean, this is an interesting. There's some interesting points here in the world building. So gotta watch more for that, right? But yeah, this scene was out of nowhere. Suddenly you have like, oh, here's like a yeah, that's a crab or something. You see it in the opening though. The opening, unfortunately, it's only in this slightly tinier form, right? Grandpa is clearly healthy though in the opening, but they are riding the crab in the opening, right? Yeah. So that's clearly like their mount, certainly. But the doctor's gonna be important, right? If the doctor's gonna be the reason they're gonna cure the planet, right? In the end, Dr. Panda, I would guess, is the most important character because, of course, people hear that this kid is dying from rust, right? And the doctor's trying to cure his sister, and of course, people from the rust. So I feel in the end of the whole storyline, the doctor's gonna be the key player, right? To somehow cure humanity, or at least Japan, I guess, from this rust, right? And that's probably gonna be the main journey, I feel, in this storyline in the end, right? That he's gonna go with, of course, Akabushi to find the cure for rust, right? For whatever reason. Like, Akabushi's like, oh, we have this mushroom over there, that might be the cure, whatever, yeah, like, or something. I feel that Akabushi is probably gonna know about some super mushroom that has cure rust, right? That is like the anti-rust thing. And the doctor's like, what if I can synthesize that? I can cure everyone, right? And I need a sample size of that mushroom. So I'm definitely throwing out some theories here, but that just makes sense to me, right? Because all this mushroom talk and so on, certainly a mushroom is gonna be certainly a mushroom is gonna be the cure to rust, right? Because the whole setting is a mushroom warrior. They have this, you know, super mushroom and so on, right? Certainly a mushroom is gonna be the cure to rust. That to me is a no-brainer. And yeah, I'm guessing, you know, the panda's like, oh, I need a mushroom, and they're gonna travel to get that mushroom, right? And then of course you can like copy that mushroom and, you know, cure people rust, right? That might not be that easy, but that to me feels like the, you know, the no-brainer, how say it, the no-brainer plan, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but I honestly feel that's gonna be almost very likely the storyline, right? At least the first arc storyline, that we have this super mushroom that can cure rust, right? What else would he really learn from Akabushi, right? He's trying to experiment with his mushrooms, right, to find a cure, right? So he knows that the mushrooms are the likely cure for rust. He already knows that, right? And now he's meeting this like legendary mushroom warrior, who's gonna be like, hey Mario, can you, you know, give me a hint, right? So yeah, that is very likely, right? And the sister is probably eventually gonna team up with them, right? Probably, as I mentioned earlier, she's probably gonna have to stop them in the beginning, right? For a few episodes or something, and that should be like, okay, yeah. And the pink-haired girl also probably, right, because she's a cute little pink-haired girl. And also you need, you know, some love interest for a panda or something. Because, I mean, come on, I'm telling you guys immediately, right? Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I've seen too many animes in my life, but come on, like, the Akabushi, the main boy, he's obviously gonna fall in love with this girl, come on. They're gonna fight the next episode, and then they're gonna fall in love, right? Come on. I'm a story of materials here, but come on. This feels so obvious to me that this badass warrior chick, he's gonna fall in love with the badass warrior boy, right? Come on, you know, that's how it goes, right? And also, for that matter, the other main character is a brother, right? I mean, I guess it's anime, but you know what I mean. So yeah, who else gonna fall in love with? The old man? No, she's gonna fall in love with the warrior guy, right? They're gonna be like, you know, warrior couple. Come on. And then the cute pink-haired girl is gonna, you know, fall for Panda, right? But anyway, this was a good episode 1. Definitely gonna watch more. This will be the Monday show, right? It's interesting. It's interesting world and so on, and combining a little bit of other tropes I've seen, you know, mushroom guys from Dorohedoro with dystopian desert punk and so on. But like I said, I didn't need this one. It is a pretty classic dystopian idea, right? That you have this deserted, literally like deserted in a desert skyscraper. So yeah, you see that in games and so on. So it is what it is, right? You can't create a dystopian world in how many ways possible, right? There is a certain number of ways you can do it. Because one thing with dystopian thing is that even though it might be cliche, right, to make like this, oh, here's like a desert, you know, city, and it's like, you know, abandoned skyscraper in the sand, right? But yeah, but that's because it looks cool, right? Like I mentioned in Neve Step, it looks cool, right? To run into this desert place, right? And they destroy this country. You run in there and you can like explore the skyscraper, right? And it's filled with sand, and there's some sand monsters there or whatever. Right? That's a cool feature, right? Like it's just a classic iconic feel, and it just always kind of works, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that, like, yeah, it's just kind of it's like one of those good settings, right? I think for both games and anime and so on. But anyway, guys, subscribe to so on. I see you guys tomorrow with the 2 new gender bender animes. Yeah. Tomorrow is 3 animes I kind of want to watch, 2 I really want to watch, that are gender bender, because immediately here, it's called Fantasy Bishojo, of course, Bishojo, cute girl, Uniku Oji-san, so it's like Oji-san turns into, yeah, it's like, you know, Oji-san turning into Bishojo, right? So, like, oh, like, I'll say it, uncle turns into, Oji-san is like an old man, right, or, you know, yeah, old man turns into, yeah, beautiful lady, right, beautiful girl, I guess. The English is life with an ordinary guy who becomes a total fantasy knockout. But yeah, but basically, you know, Bishojo is like, you know, pretty girl, right? Yeah, so yeah, ordinary guy becomes a you know, a babe, right? So that anime, and then also Ken, you know, Deshi wo Naro Kenya, right? They're both like isekais. They're both isekais, and they're both gender bender, because older anime is about a guy that plays a game, right? And he's like inside the game, but he's like the greatest sage ever. And then he's like in the game, but he's like reborn as basically his like granddaughter of his previous character, right? So now I said he's like a cute little girl instead. Kind of like a Tanya thing, right? But of course, not like a sociopath. But yeah, not the sociopath bit of Tanya. But you know, cute little girl was actually an old gamer expert guy that's like a smart guy, right? With good at math and so on, yeah. So both of these animes are isekais, I believe, and they're both genderbender. And they're airing on the same time tomorrow. Like half an hour in between. So it's like double genderbender isekai or something. They also have this like, I don't know, smart guy rebuilding a country. That's before them. That I might watch. But that's kind of where I feel my voice is like, I don't know. Because both this genderbender anime looks pretty good, so I'm definitely gonna watch those two, and then the other one is like maybe if I have time, you know, just kind of feel it, and my voice allows me to. But anyway, straight guys, step us on yesterday. We watched all the Attack on Titan, right? Boruto, freaking One Piece opening. Yesterday was a heavy day, man. So check out all those videos, right? I think this was the Titan opening. The rumbling was the shit. It really was though. Like you can argue the ending or whatever, but they really captured at least the rumbling, the actual rumbling idea. They captured that great with the opening. So, and you can really feel how the opening was, or is, I mean, of course, written for the anime. Like it's not like a random opening they have, you know. It's like, oh, we're gonna find an opening that kind of fits for this anime, right? This is like the opposite, right? We have an anime, and the band is like, okay, we're gonna make a song for the opening, right? So you can definitely feel that this is like the, you know, like we're gonna make something for this thing, right? Which is isn't overly uncommon, right? For especially big anime, they actually try to kind of like make it for them and incorporate it. Because why not, right? I mean, if anything, if I had a rock band or whatever, right, and they were like, "You wanna do like a Titan song?" I was like, "Yeah, the final opening. That's an amazing free ad." You know what I mean? Like even if they're gonna pay me anyway, right? Obviously they paid Sim to do it, but certainly they also get a ridiculous amount of, you know, new fans and so on, right? So yeah, certainly it's a good deal for them. Like who doesn't wanna be part of that Attack on Titan opening? And the last one is, you know, a good. I'll say it. The first one is the most iconic, right? And then it's probably the last one, the best one to be. The first one, everyone remembers that one because the first one, right? And then to be the last one, people also remember that. That's the two best it's supposed to be. The worst is in the middle, if anything. It's always how it is, guys. It's always how it is. As the last point is, always how it is, right? If you wanna be, if you wanna speed date or whatever, right? You don't wanna be the first guy she meets, or you wanna be the last guy, right? That's just technically, that's just objectively true. It doesn't have to be how you win to be a speed date, for example, right? But honestly, that's just kind of how it is, right? Because it's just not good to be in the middle, right? Because it's all easier to remember the first person you meet, right? So you meet 10 girls, right? Then speed date, right? You can swap seats, right? Yeah. So you meet the first girl, you remember her the most, right? Because it's the first person you met, right? And then you remember the last, right? Because it's the last one. Certainly you already remember someone in the middle if they have a very special personality, right? Certainly. But generally speaking, it's so easy, right? To remember the first thing and the last thing. Or whatever. It's always how it is, right? It's the same thing as like, you remember the first game you played, right? Yeah, you remember the first girl you kissed, and you remember the last girl you kissed, right? Your current wife or girlfriend, yeah. But you don't remember, like, maybe you probably do remember, I guess, the kissing, but it's kind of like, do I remember the 7th girl I kissed, or 8th? I was like, maybe that person, you know what I mean? But you remember the first girl. My first girl I kissed was called Emma. Her name was Emma, very Swedish, yeah, Emma name. Blonde girl, blue eyes, yeah, her name is Emma. Like, I remember Emma, right? First girl I kissed, right? For example, right? Obviously, like, that's easy to remember, right? Always first or last, right? Yeah. First or last, so. But anyway, guys, see you guys tomorrow with the gender bender animes.